All right. Hi, I just wanted to speak with you for a moment, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Awesome. Well, I just wanted to come to talk to you about the option of teleworking. I know that we don't have a policy currently set in place, but as of recently, my commute to and from work has become unbearable. I only live 19 miles away from work. However, traffic is really bad in the mornings and in the evenings when I leave work, and using the metro system is not an option. So what I'm asking for is if I am able to telework at least 1 or 2 days out of the work week.
Okay. That sounds like a great idea. Why do you feel like teleworking is a practice that we should start to exercise?
Well, teleworking would allow me to gain a better work-life balance. Working sometimes 12 hours a day and then commuting for an additional 2 hours leaves me feeling burnt out. So to kind of decrease that burnout rate and increase my job interest and so forth, I think that teleworking will be a good option that we should set in place.
Okay. Well, if teleworking was implemented, how do you think that you could effectively collaborate with your coworkers? We wanted to structure our organization as a collaborative atmosphere, and with you working remotely, how do you think that you could interact with your coworkers and your team?
Right. So in this day and age of the digital world and technology, we do have laptops, and I could communicate through email as well as teleconferencing services. So I don't think that it would be a problem for me not to be in the office or be in the same exact space as my coworkers, but we would still be able to collaborate and get whatever project we need to get done handled. And I also think that teleworking on that note would allow me to ensure that I am getting my work done. The layout of the office now is kind of open, and it leaves an option or a void for someone to interrupt. So I think that teleworking will also be able to allow me to focus better as well as collaborate, where needed.
Well, with the lack of oversight and with you working at home, there are a lot of issues that could arise, such as a decrease in production or collaborations or security for the organization for that matter. Do you agree?
I can agree with some of those points. I think to address the security portion of it, because we do want to ensure that our clients' information is secure, it would have my laptop and all the things that I use to do my work would have to be encrypted. Emails would have to be encrypted, and I would just have to ensure that everything is secure before we move forward with this. So that's something that I definitely would like to get in place and make sure that the security is first and foremost before we do implement this or go forward with that. A few statistics and research that I've done on teleworking is that there's a 22% increase in employee productivity. So that's to address your first question. Also, it's a 20% decrease in turnover, employee turnover or leaving the job for something else, as well as a 60% decrease in employee absentee. So I think that teleworking is something that we should consider for the future of the company.
Okay, well, in addition to your research, have you experienced teleworking with any of your previous organizations? And if so, were there particular policies and procedures that you followed?
Yes. So in my previous job, I was able to telework, and nothing really changed. I was still held to the same expectation. Of course, the work still had to be completed. So there was no difference other than not physically being behind a desk every day of the week.
Okay, well, telework seems like a very valuable option that we can talk to about upper management. Of course, we would have to develop policies and procedures, but maybe there are some other alternatives that we could look at as an organization, such as flex time. So maybe you could come in a little later to avoid the traffic, leave a little later, leave a little earlier to avoid the traffic. We could try to work out a flex time schedule for you, and this will be in alliance with us trying to keep everyone in the office in order to encourage collaborations. And once we discuss with upper management, maybe we could talk about telework and maybe do a little trial run for you and a few of the other workers in the office to see how effective this method would be. Even though it's very non-traditional, we want to make sure that we take all of your ideas into consideration in order to create the most productive and effective work that we can.
Sounds like a plan. Well, thank you so much for listening to my concern and taking that into consideration.
Thank you for talking to me. And if you need anything else, please just let me know.
Will do. Thank you.